Hello, classmates. I'm Stacy Johnson, and welcome to my discussion post. Here we are at the end of this course, and I am here making this video to defend the research that I've been doing for the past 8 weeks. I first want to just say that I chose to research Madam C.J. Walker based on popular media that has come out in the past 2 years. Due to the increase of everyone having the ability to be able to go on YouTube and produce documentaries and put out historical information, I really wanted to try to find some empirical data to challenge the current myth, if you will, that Madam C.J. Walker's success and business design was actually created and selected by some secret society. The word that's been thrown around is the boule, which may or may not have existed throughout Black communities after the Reconstruction. So the key research question I wanted to ask was, first of all, what were the early influences of Madam C.J. Walker, and how did those influences show up in her business model and her subsequent success? I also wanted to examine fully her social, political, and religious affiliations to determine the extent to which those affiliations may have been the reason for her creating a business and ultimately being successful in that business. The bulk of the evidence that I selected came from the Library of Congress and several collections. I found more photographs, I will say, of Madam C.J. Walker's work than I found written documents, as she was not heavily written about at the time period. I chose the Statesman's, the Bystander, and I chose, and also Franklin's paper to try to show the scope of her work and her business as far as her extensions or of her business, creating businesses, applying for business permits, establishing colleges and universities and training centers for the ladies for whom she employed. I just want to make sure that I hone in on the point as well, is that Madam C.J. Walker was not the only female business owner during this time period. She was one of thousands, specifically in the Black community, because of segregation and Jim Crow laws. Lots of Black women and men had to develop businesses in order to be able to have a sustainable community, if you will. However, she is one of the most popular and definitely made more money than any woman during this time period. It is not until late after the 1920s, when Estee Lauder creates her company, that we have another woman billionaire in this country. The conclusions that I draw was that there is no evidence to support the claim that Madam C.J. Walker had any affiliations with any secret societies. She was an open, honest, and active member of the Calantheus, which is an extension organization of the Knights of Pythias. This is very similar to the here in Georgia, we have the Oddfellows Hall and Household of Ruth, which is the women's extension. And then you may also have lots of people are familiar with the Freemasons, and then the Eastern Stars, which is the female or sorority version of that fraternal order. This benevolent society was not done in secret. She was able to rise through the ranks of this organization based on her hard work, dedication to her community, and her philanthropy work, which she was able to do through the success of her company. There are still some questions being raised. Of course, if she was in a secret society, there wouldn't be a lot of information documented about that. And so I will continue to go down that avenue again, just to try to dispel some of these myths and what I call popular media, or about popular historians, which for the most part are not professional historians. Any additional evidence that could be studied, definitely. I've contacted the family who holds the museum, Aleli Bundles, the great-granddaughter of Madam C.J. Walker, to see if not only offer my help in getting more information and to support new research on the topic in terms of how she was able to change the lives of women, her active political work, which is also not something that's well noted, or even her political affiliations in terms of what political parties she supported or didn't support. So let me know what you guys think about this. We've all watched the movie about Madam C.J. Walker. I did want to note that what I found in the information was slightly different from what I saw in the documentary. So definitely do your research before you take the documentary for word. Thanks, you guys. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them below in the discussion. Have a great night and a great course.